Found out my fiance's been cheating with my best friend for years. It was Sunday morning and I was making pancakes. The smell of vanilla extract and coffee filled our apartment, the sunlight streaming through the windows in that lazy, golden way it does when the world feels safe. Mark wandered in, shirtless, scratching his stomach and grinning at me like he did every weekend. "Smells amazing, babe," he said, kissing my temple. His phone buzzed on the counter and he scooped it up too quickly, his smile tightening. "Work email," he muttered, slipping it into his pocket. A year ago, I wouldn't have noticed, but lately the cracks had started showing. The way he'd fall asleep on the couch most nights, his phone clutched in his hand. How Jess, my best friend since college, had slowly stopped answering my calls. Last week, when I'd suggested a double date with her and her new boyfriend, she'd laughed awkwardly. "He's shy. Maybe soon." I'd ignored the pit in my stomach, ignored the time I'd found Jess's earring under our bed, and let Mark convince me it must have fallen out of her bag during movie night. Ignored how he'd started wearing cologne to bed. New brand, he'd said, shrugging. But it smelled like her signature vanilla orange perfume, the one she'd worn since sophomore year. Then, 3 days ago, his phone lit up while he was in the shower. A text notification from unknown number. "Can't stop thinking about last night. I miss you already." My hands went cold. His passcode was still my birthday. A hollow reassurance. And I guiltily clicked open the thread. Thousands of messages. Years of them. Her messages. Jess's telltale heart emojis. Her habit of ending texts with ellipses. And photos. So many photos. Selfies in our bed, her head on his chest, a video of them laughing in the kitchen of our vacation rental in Aspen last winter. The trip I'd missed because my mom was in the hospital. Mark had insisted on going alone to clear his head. I couldn't breathe. The dates went back to 6 months after our engagement. Through my mom's cancer diagnosis, through my promotion at work, through every late night at the office and boys' weekend. I'd scrolled until my vision blurred, until I found the worst one. A message from last night, when Mark had claimed he was helping his brother move. "I love you," Jess had written. "It's torture pretending I'm happy for her. When do we end this?" Mark's reply. "After the wedding. We'll figure it out. I promise." When he stepped out of the shower, I was sitting on the edge of the tub, his phone shaking in my hands. He froze, towel around his hips, water dripping onto the tiles. For a split second, his face didn't lie. It was pure panic, then cold resignation. "It's not what you think," he said, like a bad movie. I laughed. It sounded unhinged. "You're marrying me to leave me? And Jess?" He didn't answer. Didn't have to. I packed a suitcase and drove to a hotel. My hands wouldn't stop trembling. I called Jess 7 times. She sent me to voicemail. I left a single message. "I know everything. Don't contact me again." Then I sat in the bathtub for hours, shuddering, replaying every hug they'd shared, every inside joke I'd laughed at without understanding. The worst part? Part of me still wants to believe him, to go back to the pancakes and sunlight and his stupid, easy grin. But when I closed my eyes tonight, all I saw was Jess wearing my engagement ring in one of those photos, smirking at the camera like she'd won. So here I am, staring at my half-packed apartment, my wedding dress hanging in the closet like a ghost. Mark keeps texting, begging to explain. Jess is posting Instagram stories with lyrics about making mistakes. And I'm sitting here, typing this, wondering how I'll ever trust anyone again. But I'm not done yet. Tomorrow, I'm meeting Mark for coffee. He thinks I'm ready to talk things through. What he doesn't know is I've already changed the locks, canceled the venue, printed every screenshot. And when he walks in, I'll be waiting with 2 cups of coffee. And a list of questions even he can't lie his way out of. TLDR, caught fiancé and best friend's years-long affair via text thread. Now I'm dismantling my life and deciding how far to take the fallout.